Hello, my name is Miss Camaclang. I teach family studies at Fort Richmond, and this is and she is my daughter. We are here to tell you about a book called
The Book with the No Pictures.
Is it funny? Does it have pictures?
No.
Because it's called
The Book with the No Pictures.
Oh, hi, you caught me reading. My name is Lane Camaclang, and I'm a grade 12 student at FRC. Just kidding. My mom is Mrs. Camaclang, a family studies teacher at FRC. I think you should read this book because it has onomatopoeia and lots of words on pages, but no pictures. It is very serious.
Book a trick. Can I stop reading now? No! And now it's time for me to sing you my favorite song. A song? Do I really have to sing a... Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Glug, 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 my face is a bug.
I eat ants for breakfast right off the rug.
What? This book is ridiculous. Can I stop reading yet? No? There are more pages? I have to read the rest? My only friend in the whole wide world is a hippo named Boo Boo Butt.
Boo Boo Butt.
Hi, welcome to March Madness, and thank you to Mr. Arksey for setting all of this up. I love it. My name is Miss Savage, and the book I'm going to be sharing with you today is Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. This is a classic memoir that stands the test of time. It's the true story of Mitch's relationship with his former college professor, Morrie Schwartz. After college, they lose touch, but they reconnect years later when Morrie develops ALS, basically when he's dying from ALS, or what's commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. They spend hours together, with Morrie, the professor, teaching Mitch one last lesson, basically the meaning of life. It's a humorous book, it's poignant, it will make you cry, it will make you laugh, and the teachings of Morrie will stay with you long after you've read this book. There's also a pretty good movie version of the book starring Hank Azaria and Jack Lemmon. So here is an excerpt from Tuesdays with Morrie. He was 8 years old. A telegram came from the hospital, and since his father, a Russian immigrant, could not read English, Morrie had to break the news, reading his mother's death notice like a student in front of the class. "We regret to inform you," he began. On the morning of the funeral, Morrie's relatives came down the steps of his tenement building on the poor Lower East Side of Manhattan. The men wore dark suits, the women wore veils. The kids in the neighborhood were going off to school, and as they passed, Morrie looked down, ashamed that his classmates would see him this way. One of his aunts, a heavy-set woman, grabbed Morrie and began to wail, "What will you do without your mother? What will become of you?" Morrie burst into tears. His classmates ran away. At the cemetery, Morrie watched as they shoveled dirt into his mother's grave. He tried to recall the tender moments they had shared when she was alive. She had operated a candy store until she got sick, after which she mostly slept or sat by the window, looking frail and weak. Sometimes she would yell out for her son to get her some medicine, and young Morrie, playing stickball in the street, would pretend he did not hear her. In his mind, he believed he could make the illness go away by ignoring it. How else can a child confront death? Morrie's father, whom everyone called Charlie, had come to America to escape the Russian army. He worked in the fur business, but was constantly out of a job. Uneducated and barely able to speak English, he was terribly poor, and the family was on public assistance much of the time. Their apartment was a dark, cramped, depressing place behind the candy store. They had no luxuries, no car. Sometimes, to make money, Morrie and his younger brother David would wash porch steps together for a nickel. After their mother's death, the two boys were sent off to a small hotel in the Connecticut woods, where several families shared a large cabin and a communal kitchen. The fresh air might be good for the children, the relatives thought. Morrie and David had never seen so much greenery, and they ran and played in the fields. One night after dinner, they went for a walk, and it began to rain. Rather than come inside, they splashed around for hours. The next morning when they awoke, Morrie hopped out of bed. "Come on," he said to his brother, "get up." "I can't." "What do you mean?" David's face was panicked. "I can't move." He had polio. Of course, the rain did not cause this, but a child Morrie's age could not understand that. For a long time, as his brother was taken back and forth to a special medical home and was forced to wear braces on his legs, which left him limping, Morrie felt responsible. So in the mornings he went to synagogue by himself because his father was not a religious man, and he stood among the swaying men in their long black coats, and he asked God to take care of his dead mother and his sick brother. And in the afternoons, he stood at the bottom of the subway steps and hawked magazines, turning whatever money he made over to his family to buy food. In the evenings, he watched his father eat in silence, hoping for, but never getting, a show of affection, communication, warmth. At 9 years old, he felt as if the weight of a mountain were on his shoulders. Now, I hope you vote for me. But more importantly, I really, really hope you read Tuesdays with Morrie. It helped me to appreciate, even more than I did before, the value of human life and just not to take things for granted. And that every day I wake up is a gift. It's another opportunity to try to make the world a little better than it was the day before. Thank you.